What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Heru Da Guru, aka Soccergod. Right now, though, we're about to do an NHL scorecard. We do these once every week or two. We let the we bet heavy 2 or 3 days, and then we lay off hockey and let the trends bet up. Cause we're trends betters in hockey. You better be trend better. You better be trend better. This is the same tournament from earlier. If you watched the basketball picks video, I know it's an hour long, but we talk about some teams and we talk about some things you might want to hear. You're gonna get some teams to bet on. Matter of fact, you're going to hear about the Oakland Golden Grizzlies 7-0 against the spread and just hit a plus 850 by knocking off Xavier. Yeah, Oakland Golden Grizzlies. You better holler at them boys. Now, the first thing with the scorecard, what have I noticed when I've started taking scoring these games, is the top scoring game lose quite often. I'm not gonna say 100%, but quite often. I'm not gonna say they fixing the games or none of that. But what I'm gonna say is the top scoring game, the most lopsided game. I'm leaving off my bet slip. I'm taking the less obvious scores that looks like okay they're gonna win, but it's not as obvious. But the obvious, let's see. We got any heavy favorites? No. Well, Toronto is a heavy favorite, but against Florida, that's not obvious to me. Jersey, yeah, they're big favorite. Minnesota, big favorite. No obvious, pretty even. 51%, 49%. The public is betting pretty much even on these teams. Tampa Bay is a heavy public favorite, 64%. Not as much as 76% by Vancouver. So I'm gonna see what the score says about those games. If they are a lopsided score game, then I might just take Anaheim because the top scoring game be losing consistently. I don't got a percentage on that, but it's pretty. I notice it a lot. I be on the bad end of those a lot. I'm just being honest. Let's start with the Florida Panthers and the Toronto Maple Leaves. And we're going to go to the trends. This is covers.com. I go to covers.com and look at these trends and score this game in that manner. Okay, Florida, the under is 10-1 in the Panthers' last 11 versus the Atlantic. So that under gets a point for that. That's a significant stat to me. Under is 5-1 in the Panthers' last 6 overall. To me, that's a significant stat. They playing maybe defensive hockey. Panthers are 4-1 in their last 5 Tuesday games. That's a trend I guess you can't ignore. Maybe Tuesday, the week is dragging. They waited for it to get on. I don't know. It's there though. Panthers are 4-1 in their last 5 road games. Shoot, they've been road warriors. That's for sure. Panthers are 10-3 in their last 13 versus the Atlantic. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. Now the over is 6-0 in Maple Leafs last 6 when their opponents score 5 goals or more in their previous game. So Florida, you scored 5 goals last game? And I wonder if that means Toronto get mopped. Over is 5-0 in Maple Leafs last 5 home games. That's 2 over points right there. Now you got the unders 9-1 in Maple Leafs last 11 after scoring 2 goals or less in their previous game. So if they score 2 goals and less, the unders trending for them, but their opponent coming in hot. That might be meaning trouble for Toronto. That sounds like Toronto be playing a little whack. Unders 9-1 Maple Leafs last 10 games playing on 2 days rest. Okay. Right now the unders winning 5-2 though. Maple Leafs are 1-5 in the last 6 after scoring 2 goals. I told you. That means Florida probably finna come in there and bust them. Under is 4-0 in the last 4 meetings in Toronto. Under is 8-0 in the last 8 meetings. Ooh, Panthers are 4-0 in the last 4 meetings in Toronto. Underdog is 8-1 in the last. Man, that's another Florida. Panthers are 5-1 in the last 6 meetings. Wait a minute now. How could the Toronto be favorite? And how could the public be betting on them? And man, give me Florida in the under. Florida Panthers and Florida under. But I like them Panthers on that plus special. It's hard to bet unders in hockey. I'm just be honest, but that's what it says to under. So we going what the scorecard says. New York Islanders and New Jersey Devils. Devils a heavy favorite. What does the trend say? What does the trend say? Over is 4-0 in the Islanders' last 4 road games. Uh-oh. Islanders sounding like they're road warriors. But this trend doesn't look so. Islanders are 0-7 in their last 7 after scoring 2 goals or less in the previous game. So that means y'all only scored 2 goals last game and you 0-7 when you play the next one. You're tanking. Under is 5-1 in the Islanders' last 6 versus the Metropolitan. The over is 4-1 in the Islanders' last 5 after allowing 2 goals or less in the previous game. Okay, so it was a tough game. Y'all had a tough game last game. I got you. Over is 3-1 in the Islanders' last 5 when their opponent scores 5 goals or more in the previous game. New Jersey coming in hot. And y'all 0-7, New York. Over 7-0 when the Devils last 7 after allowing 2 goals or less. See, New Jersey played better after shutting somebody out or letting them score 2 goals or less. And they come in busting because they 5-0 in their last 5 when their opponent allows 2 goals or less. So New York, you're struggling. They gonna come in there and bust y'all face open. Devils are 0-4 in their last 4 when the opponent scored 2 goals. That's a little hope for New York. Over is 5-1 in the Devils' last 6 when their opponent allowed 2 goals or less in the previous game. Over is 10-2 in Devils' last 12 home games. The over looks undeniable. Islanders are 5-1 in the last 6 meetings in New Jersey. The road team is 4-1 in the last 5 meetings. Over is 3-1 and 1 in the last 5 meetings. Islanders are 29-11 in the last 40 meetings. The Islanders kind of been on the unders 5-2 in the last 7 meetings in New Jersey. You know what? The scorecard says go with the New York Islanders, and I like them. Because I like to fade the public. Because the public be messing up stuff. Man, New York and New York over. New York over. Oh, we got some plus money today. And I heard yesterday all the underdogs won. It might be a continuation of this trend. The trends. All right, Carolina Hurricanes and Philadelphia Flyers. Oh man, that's the wrong color, man. I'm out. Under is 6-1 in the Hurricanes last 7 versus the Metropolitan.
The Hurricanes are 1-5 in their last 6 versus a team with a winning record. Boy, y'all can't beat nobody winning Carolina. And I remember I gave out a pick. Somebody reminded me of that in the booth. They like, man, you giving out these wrong picks, man. Y'all lost 3-0.
That's the heavy favorite, the most lopsided game. I said, you know what? I'm taking the lopsided game off. Because Vegas did it twice, too. They do it. They do it all the time. Wrong suit. The Hurricanes 1-5. They under 4-1 in the Hurricanes last 5 against the Eastern Conference. The under is 6-2-1 in the Hurricanes last 9 Tuesday games.
The over is 6-2 in Hurricanes last 8 games playing on 1 day's rest. Probably because they beating y'all toothly. This is 5 points for the under. The under is 3-0 in the Flyers last 4. The under is 6-0-2 in the Flyers last versus the Eastern Conference. Under is 5-1-1 in the Flyers last 7 when their opponent allowed 2 goals. The under is 5-1 in the Flyers last Tuesday game, and the under is 13-3-1 in the Flyers last 17. Man, I mean, what else can you say? Hurricanes are 5-0 in the last 5 in the Philly. Hurricanes in the 8-1 in the last 9. Favorite is 13-3 in the last 16. Point for the over. Point for the road team. Man, that one kind of close. They say Carolina. I would like it Philly for a minute, to be honest. But I like they under. Philly and Carolina under. It's 3-2 as far as the score, saying take Carolina. 4-2 take New York Islanders. 6-0 Florida over Toronto. Now that's a lopsided score. So I might want to leave Toronto out, Florida Panthers out of it. I like they under. Next game, St. Louis Blues at Minnesota Wild. Let's get it. What does the trend say? Covers.com. Go to them, man. They got some good information on the website because they got stuff like this. The Blues are 4-1 in their last 5 after allowing 2 goals or less in the previous game. Okay, Blues. You 4-1 in the last 5? You want to be 5-1? Blues are 4-1 in the last 5 when their opponent scored 2 goals or less in the previous game. So they slumping. The team slumping. St. Louis coming in and take advantage. Blues are 4-1 in the last 5 versus the Central. Blues are 17-6 in their last 23 games playing on 1-3's red. Okay, Blues. The under is 7-2-1 in Blues last 10 games playing on the rest. The Wild are 0-4 in their last 4 games following a loss of 3 or more goals. Wow. Y'all going tank mode. Wild are 0-4 in their last 4 when their opponent allows 2 goals or less. So when somebody come in here playing good, shutting folks down, y'all can't handle that. That's another point for the St. Louis Blues. Wild are 0-5 in their last 5 against the Central. The Wild are 1-12 in the last 13. Wild are 1-10 in the last 11 games playing on 1 day's rest. Wow. Now this is a lopsided game. Right now the score is 9-1. Take St. Louis. Wow. The favorite is 4-1 in the last 5 meetings. Over 7-2 in the last 9 meetings in Minnesota. Over 13-5 in the last 18 meetings. Blues are 17-7 in the last. Ooh-wee. And Minnesota favorite? And the public likes them? I gotta take these non-public dogs. St. Louis. Even though the scorecard is the most lopsided games, 10-2. But the public like Minnesota. I gotta go against the public. I'm sorry, St. Louis money line, and I don't know to go with the over and under because it's 2-1. The scorecard can't even determine what the over is or under gonna be on this trend bet. So I'm going with St. Louis money line. Next game, Pittsburgh Penguins, Nashville. I keep forgetting their name. Who the fuck? What is this? Predator. I keep forgetting that's a Predator. Trend betters. Under is 5-0 when the Penguins last 5 overall. Okay, Penguins playing D. Penguins are 4-0 in the last 4 versus the Western Conference. Under is 5-1 in the Penguins' last 6 games playing on a 2 days rest. Under is 13-3 in the Penguins' last 16 versus the Central. Under is 3-1-2 in the Penguins' last 6 after allowing 2 goals or less. Over is 3-0-1 in the Predators' last 4 after allowing 2 games or less in the previous game. Predators are 5-0 in their last 5 overall.
The Predators, they ain't playing.
Predators are 4-0 in their last 4 games following a win. Predators are on 6 in their last 6 Tuesday games, though. If you ignored that on Tuesday, you're on 6. So do we ignore that now? Do we ignore that now? That's baffling. Predators 4-0 in their last 4 games playing on a 1 day's rest. Man, Nashville look like they finna come in there and do Pittsburgh. Unders 4-0 in the last 4 meetings. I like the under, man. That's the safest bet. Unders 5-2 in the last 7 meetings in Nashville. Home team is 4-1 in the last 5 meetings. Is they home? I forgot. It is home. Nashville is home. Nashville is home. Nashville is home. Mmm. Mmm. Home team is 4-1. Favorite is 19-7. Penguins are 19-7. This gonna be a bangers apparently. The favorite.
Ooh, wee. I gotta go with Pittsburgh and Nashville under. I can't. I mean, it say Nashville 5-3. Take Nashville. I can't do no Predators. I can't do them. I can't do it.
All right, next game. Dallas Stars. Winnipeg Jets. Who y'all like, man? Who you like? Who do you like? Let's see what the trends like. The Dallas Stars are 7-1 in the last 8 road games. Dallas been balling though. I can't say that. Over is 5-1 in the Stars' last 6 overall. They have been playing over games. Stars are 1-5 in their last 6 versus a team with a winning record. Well, Dallas, you can't beat no winners. Overs 9-2-1 in the Stars' last 12 when their opponent scored 2 goals or less. Okay. Stars are 13-3 in their last 16 games following a loss of 3 or more goals.
Okay.
Over is 5-0 in the Jets' last 5 after scoring 2 goals or less in the previous game.
Okay. The Winnipeg Jets are 5-1 in the last 6 overall. The Winnipeg Jets are 5-1 in the last 6 Tuesday games. Boy, I don't know what it is about Tuesday games, but Tuesday game is mysterious in hockey. And I'm gonna go to my hockey guy. He got a channel, YouTube channel. He break down a little detail. I bet I'm gonna send him a comment. I'm gonna ask him. I'm saying, what is it about these Tuesday games? When I do my trend scoring, I know the Tuesday games be kind of quirky. Is there any insight to it? Unders 4-1 in the Jets last 5 overall. And the Winnipeg Jets are 4-1 in the last 5 whole games. Man, I like Winnipeg. Stars are 3-10 in the last 13 meetings in Winnipeg. That's a long travel. Home team is 13-4. That's the same stat. 13. That's the same stat. I shouldn't give him another point, but the same stat. Over is 18-6-2 in the last 26 meetings. Favorite is 8-3 in the last few meetings. Stars are 5-2 in the last 7 meetings. That must mean they've been playing at y'all place a lot lately. That's all that means. Apparently. Man. I like they over. Man, I kind of like Winnipeg Jets. Man, I like Winnipeg. Straight up, man. They at the house. All this plus money to do. All this plus money. We got 4 more games to go. Seattle Kraken, Chicago Blackhawks. What does the trend say? Let's go, covers.com. Y'all go to it. Over
is 4-0 in the Kraken last four after allowing 5 goals or more in their previous game. Dang, Kraken. Y'all, y'all cracking. Over is 4-0 in the Kraken last five following a loss of 3 or more goals. They getting smoked after they got smoked. Over is 5-0-1 in the Kraken last six following a home loss of 3 or more goals. Under is 4-0 in the Kraken last five, meaning playing on a 3 or more days rest. And whatever. Right now, the over is dominant. Over is 2-0-2 in the Kraken last four in the Central. Whatever. Black Hawks is exactly what I expected. Are 0-8 in the last eight when their opponent allowed 5 goals or more in the previous game. Black Hawks are 0-7 in the last seven when the team with the winning percentage below 400. I don't know what that means, but hey, sounds like the Blackhawks are winning. They're on 7. Over is 5-1-2 in the Blackhawks last eight versus the Pacific. Under is 4-1 in the Blackhawks last five when their opponents scored 2 goals or more in the previous game. Under is 4-1 in the Blackhawks last five home game. Yeah. Kraken is 4-1 in the last five meetings, huh? I think I do like Seattle Kraken. Let me see how they've been doing head to head in their hockey. This is the first head to head game I looked at. Kraken 7-3. Kraken 8-5. Man, give me Seattle in the over. Real, they going. They last three. They done score almost more than 10 or more goals. The last, golly, whoa. Tampa Bay Lightning, Arizona Coyotes. Oh, 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 oh. These my little dogs. Oh, 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 oh. These my dogs. Trans, what do you say? The over is 3-0 in the Lightning last four games, playing on no rest. They juice, they pump. Under is 4-0 in the last Lightning last four versus the Central though. That might mean they shutting the Central out or they getting shut out. We finna find out soon. Lightning are 1-10 in the last 11 games. Oh, they getting smoked. Lightning are 1-8 in the last 9 games, following a loss of 3 or more. Oh, they lost. They tank. Unders 4-1 in Lightning last versus 5 versus the Western Conference. Overs 5-0 in the Coyotes last 5 after allowing 2 goals or less. Unders 4-0 in the Coyote last 4 versus the Eastern Conference. Over is 5-1 in the Coyotes' last 6 games following a win. Over is 5-1 in the Coyotes' last 6 games playing on 2 days rest. Over, man, you know what? I like the over. I don't got the ball to pick Arizona against Tampa Bay right now, but it's looking like Arizona and the over, buddy. Home team is 7-1 in the last 8 meetings. If Arizona home, I like them. Arizona home, I like them. Stop being scared. You just said you gonna take the scared out your vocabulary, and you ain't gonna do it. A 7-1 in the last 8 meetings. I do like the old. I like Arizona, man. I love this plus money tonight. Plus money tonight. Plus money tonight. Last 2 games. Vegas Golden Knights, Edmonton Oilers. Who they like? Who the trends like? This ain't who I like. This is what the trend like. And I know y'all see this. 5 points for the under. Right off the rip. Under is 4-0 in the Golden Knights last 4 overall. Under is 4-0 in the Golden Knights last 4 after allowing 2 goals or less in their previous game. So that's a compounded over because they just playing over over hockey. I mean, they playing under hockey, defensive hockey, I guess. And then you say, hey, if they got 2 goals or less, that happened last, and now that's 4-0. So that's compounded. And also, you got unders 4-0 in the Golden Knights last 4 Tuesday games. That quirky Tuesday. Under 6-0 in the Golden Knights last 6 versus the Western Conference. Unders 4-0 in the Golden Knights last 4 versus the Pacific. Now you got a little bit for the over. Over's 4-0 in the older last 4 versus a team with the winning percentage above 4. Oilers is 0-4 in the last 4 versus a team with the winning percentage. That sounds like the Oilers getting smoked because the Oilers are 1-10 in the last 11 when the opponent allows 2 goals or less in the previous game. Overs 5-1 over the last 6 overall. Overs 4-1 over the last 5 when their opponent allowed 2 or more goals. Okay, you got 2 points for the over, but they, Vegas look like they gonna dump them. But I know Vegas will blow your ticket. Under 6-2-1 in the last 9 in Edmonton. Underdog is 11-4 in the last 15 minutes. Edmonton the underdog, and Vegas getting points. Man, I'm taking Vegas with the point and the public like Edmonton. Vegas and the Vegas under. Yeah, I'm going against the public. If it's telling me to go against the public, I'm surprised. We going against the public today. Yay, yay. Last game. Anaheim Ducks. Quack, 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 quack. And Vancouver Canucks. What does the trend say? The trend say it's a quirky Tuesday. And the under is 5-0 in the decks. Last Tuesday, 5 Tuesday game. What? Ducks are 0-4 in their last 4 games playing on a 1 day's rest. Overs 5-1 in the Ducks' last 6 road games. Ducks are 13-54 in their last 67 games versus a team with a winning record. Ducks is not looking good. Under is 4-1 in the Ducks' last 5 games. I might not bet on this highly public game anyway. Canucks are 5-0 in their last 5 games playing on a 2 days rest. Canucks overs 8-1-2 in the Canucks last 11 when their opponent scores 2 goals or less. Ooh. Canucks are 5-1 in the last 6 home games. I told you it's gonna be a lopsided one. The over is 8-2-1 in the Canucks last 8 overall. And over is 6-2-1 in the Canucks last 9 versus the Pacific. Man, that's a 5-0 score, 4-2. Last one. Favorite is 4-0 in the last 4 meetings. Favorite, yep. The Ducks are 0-4 in the last 4 versus last time they met, 0-4. Unders 20-8. Alrighty. Cool bean. That's the hockey selection of the day.